Welcome everybody. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Piqua City Schools Board of Education. It is Thursday, February 23rd. Mr. Hiddle, can you please call roll?
Mr. Mitchell.
Here.
Mr. Frazier.
Here.
Mr. Bostic.
Here.
Mr. Ford.
Here.
Mrs. McMack.
Here. All right, everyone, please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So for the January 25th regular meeting, we've all had an opportunity to review the minutes. So if there are no changes or questions to be made, can I get a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion approved. And for the approval of our agenda, if there are no changes there, can I get a motion to approve that, please?
So moved. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion approved and the agenda is approved. So, Mr. Thompson, I understand you have a special presentation for us.
We do. We talk a lot about how great our staff is, and I know you guys all appreciate how they really tend to our students and admire our students, and just I think our staff finds a lot of inspiration in our students. And we don't always get to show you what that looks like, but we found this video that is just really inspirational. It touched our hearts so much we wanted to share it with you, and we wanted to bring in two special people, a very special student of ours named Gabe and a bus driver named Tabitha. So watch this video and the interaction that our bus driver has with the students. It'll touch your heart.
It's hard to hear over the road noise from the bus, so you have to really listen. But I promise you, in this 5 minutes, when you listen to it, you're going to love it.
Hello. I'm good. How are you? Well, I'm good. Hard to be bad on a day like this, huh? Yes, but it's gorgeous. I know. This is what life is like. You like it? I think you're silly. I think you're wonderful. Hey, that's a compliment. That is a compliment. I was people would not say that about me. Yeah. Jeffy Day? Heck yes. Awesome. I need a card from one of my choir directors. You did? Yeah. cheese, salad, cheese, I like that song a lot. Rain is talking. Rain is talking. Hey, I'm singing with acapella without tacos. Acapella. I know, I did it about tacos. Yeah, I know. Isn't that great? Tacos are the song. Is that your favorite food? Yeah. Thank you. Everybody has an opinion about those things. And I love when I hear people speak. All right, thanks for the answer. Have a great day. Yeah, you too. Bye.
So I don't think it gets any better than that. I mean, Gabe, you really made her day, and I think she really made your day. Would you agree?
I agree.
Would you like to come up to the microphone and say something about your bus driver? Is there anything you would like to share with the board members? You don't have to if you don't want to. No? Would you rather she come up and sing a song? No. All right. We understand. That's no problem at all.
All right. You know what? There's days, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do, and I want to say something. I'm really thankful that we got to come to see you guys and all. We appreciate you guys.
Oh.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Gabe, for saying
Y'all
that.
had bad days coming to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's how a lot of people in this world even need it. You know, I'm just the only boy that just like, you know how it is.
Well, we do appreciate Piqua High School.
We really do.
And junior high was great as well.
Yeah.
We thank you all very much, and thank you guys for the support.
Well, we appreciate that. I just really love the interaction that you had with your bus driver, and I
know,
just,
I love people like that.
yeah.
People are just, they're so kind. I just see them around here.
Nice. Real quick, how's the musical practice going? Because I'm going to talk a little bit about the musical here later, but can you tell them how the practices are going?
So, oh my gosh, everyone. So the choir musical is going so good. We're actually having one, actually tonight. Actually, it's a practice.
Tonight, but yes, it's in March.
Yeah.
I think they know it's coming up in March, right?
Mhm.
What do you always tell me when you come out that day? What do you always say? We rocked it.
We rocked it. So I always tell my mama we always rocked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, we would like to give this to you, Ms. Kohler, just for being such a great inspiration for our students. So if you want to come up, we'll give it. Do you want to give it to her?
I would love to.
All right. She's a great inspiration, isn't she?
Your driver, your bus driver, Miss Deb.
And Gabe, we understand you've got practice right now for the musical, don't you? So you probably want to get out there with Mr. Westfall and the team, don't you?
Yeah, he probably like, oh, Mr. Dancer, shoot me late.
That Mr. Westfall, he's something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the coolest man. Heck, I mean, every time I see that man, there's days I just give him the giggles, just everything. But you know, I just love making everyone giggle. They have a lot of bad days.
Yeah. I know he loves having you in choir. He talks about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Well, thank you so
all
much.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tabitha?
Thank you.
Would you like to say anything?
Thanks.
It's either that or you gotta sing a song.
The world would be great, and my job would be so much easier if we all had games. Yeah, but he's pretty cool, huh? You sing to me every day, don't you?
Yeah, just so I can just make the day.
Yeah, he does.
certainly
Everybody's
did.
laughing, it's like I'm staying through. Well,
Well,
thank
it's
you,
nice to meet
everybody.
you.
It's good to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the musical, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you
you.
again for just being just a great inspiration to our students. You're a great role model, and we really appreciate that. We do.
Do you have that noted?
That's fantastic. You took time to listen, you engaged, and you just really had a great moment, and we just thought the board would really love to see that. So I hope you enjoyed that.
He makes everybody's day, but you made his day every time you engage with him.
He is seriously like the highlight of my day. We're gonna have
You might want to seriously come to the mics, that way people at home can hear, because
Oops. So I thought that they were gonna have to take him away because route changes and such, and we worked it out, because I was pretty depressed. I'm like begging Donnell and Legine, I'm like, please don't take him away. He's really the highlight of my day.
you got to keep him on your route, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
And you don't have to stay if you don't want. You might have other things that you've got to get done as well, so, we know you did it, so, we wanted to just recognize the fact that you just took so much great time with the students, so thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
What was James' last name?
Can't remember. Tony would remember. He's great. He sings in the choir, and he was in the musical last year. Did a
Yeah.
really, really good job, and loved it so much that he's in the musical this year. So
Is he a sophomore?
he's a senior.
Senior?
Yeah. Great kid.
Seems like it.
Yeah. So that was it. You're welcome to
Okay,
move
well,
on.
thank you. I'm
for
glad you
time.
did that.
Yeah.
Those are good things to highlight. When you don't think anybody's watching, and she didn't know that.
You're exactly right.
Okay, so Mr. Bostic, do you have an update on?
We
upper
don't
learning
meet
courses?
until Monday, and there's no way I can follow that. So we're good. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bostic.
Nothing from the public.
Nothing from the public, so Mr. Hiddle with your treasurer's agenda.
All right, good evening. Are there any questions about the financial reports? The other thing that I have out there for you tonight is the tax rates for tax year '24, and so that's been going around, and it was in the agenda as well. I need everyone's signatures on. Things are pretty consistent. We're at the 20 mil floor. Values went up a little bit, so our tax collection will go up a little bit, but then our state share index goes up, which means then we'll get less money from the state. So it's sort of a cyclical thing. As money comes in from one place, it goes away from another. So I don't expect major changes to occur to our overall financial condition unless the state share index number stays the same for us, which with our values going up with at least a third of the other state, it'll probably shift. And so we'll see that reduction. So it's coming from one place and going to another. The other thing that we've discussed today is House Bill 1 is an opportunity for people to get potentially lower tax bills, at the same time making it more difficult for us to run levies. So we're going to be up in a situation where we could see revenues decreasing on tax collections because of the changes that they're looking at in House Bill 1. So there are things like that that we have to still look at as we're moving forward with the budget season, since it's on us. And by June, the end of June, we'll know what's happening. So that's what's been happening. But there's a lot going on in Columbus, and a lot of it's going to impact public education. So I may be asking for help, letter writing, and all that kind of stuff as we start to hammer through these details, because the next couple months are going to be detrimental or positive, but probably detrimental to public education. That's all I have tonight as far as those kind of things are concerned. Super positive information. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of positive at the moment. That's why I'm glad to see things like that, because that's what we said. That interaction is why we do what we do.
Makes everything worth it.
Quite frankly, you wouldn't get that in a private school because they don't take kids like Kate. Just saying.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hiddle. Can I get a motion to approve the treasurer's agenda, please?
So moved.
On the second? Okay, Mr. Hiddle, please call roll.
Mr. Frazier. Mr. Mitchell.
Aye.
Mr. Bostic.
Aye.
Mr. Ford.
Aye.
Mrs. McMacken.
Aye. The treasurer's agenda is approved. So moving on to the superintendent's report with Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. We do have kindergarten registration for next school year coming up, and Ms. Gearhart takes care of that, so I thought it'd be nice to have her come, give a little bit of an update on that for the public and for you, since those registration dates are coming upon us. So could you share a little bit about that, Ms. Gearhart?
Sure. So anybody in Piqua that has a kiddo that will be 5 on or by August 1st, it is kindergarten registration time is coming up here in the next couple weeks. So we'll be updating our website, getting information out to the public about that event. We're going to have 4 kindergarten registration events that we're going to ask parents to come to. And the reason for that is we are doing a whole new enrollment system. We're going to be switching over for next year. So we're going to be moving from OneView to Final Forms. So we'll have all new usernames, passwords. We will be there to help adults get everything set up so that they can enroll their child smoothly. So we're going to be setting up some times at both Washington and Spring Creek. And these are April events, so I'll kind of announce those now. At Washington, if you live in that district, on April 15th, that's a Saturday from 9 to noon, we'll have a registration event during those times. And then on April 25th, we will also have a registration. I'll be after school hours from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then at Spring Creek, we will have an event on April 18th from 5 to 7 p.m. after school, and on Saturday, April 22nd from 9 to noon. And during those times, you'll have like a 30-minute block to get your kids enrolled online, and you will have your opportunity to bring in then all the paperwork that you need, like child's birth certificate, proof of residency, your photo ID, updated immunizations, and we'll have all that information updated on the website for parents. So next couple weeks, you can start calling the board office to schedule these appointments, or Spring Creek or Washington. Any questions?
We've already been using Final Forms for the last couple of years with all of our sports programs, so we've been vetting it out through that, and it's a much cleaner system, much easier for parents to use, and gives us better information. So we think it's going to be a really good move for everybody.
Good.
So yeah, we'll start off with kindergarten registration with that. Hopefully we'll get all the kinks worked out and then continue on with it.
Nice.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mrs. Gearhart.
Next, we are planning for summer school, and we've been working on that for well over a month. Been having some good conversations in cabinet about how we can meet students' needs while staying within our budget. So ask Teresa and Scott both to come up and talk a little bit about what we're doing for summer school throughout our district for the summer.
Good evening. No, you don't need to shorten it just for me, because Scott will be up and we'll have to raise it. But thank you. So for summer school, we've been looking at how to try to maximize the resources. In the last couple years, we had additional resources for summer school because of the COVID relief funds, but we no longer have those. So now we have to regroup and try to get as much bang for our buck as we can. The first summer school session that will occur this year will be in June, and that will be for third graders only. All of the provisions of the third grade reading guarantee are back in action now. The last couple years, because of COVID, there were some legislative reprieves for retention and promotion scores and proficiency scores in the third grade reading guarantee, but there is no such thing anymore. So
Any student who is still at risk of not having a promotion score to go to 4th grade will need to attend summer school the 4 weeks in June, and then at the end of June, the week of the 26th is when we're allowed to administer the 3rd grade reading assessment again to students to give them that one last chance to make sure they can be promoted to 4th grade. Then throughout the summer, June through August, students who are attending our Elevate program will be attending summer school sessions on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and those students will be at Piqua Junior High. In the first week in August through August 23rd, on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, we'll have summer school for our K through 6 and our junior high students. And we will do that again for all the elementary students at Piqua Central Intermediate School because it's a nice central location. And we are still working out the details of transportation, and if we are able to provide that, then that makes it a convenient place to bring everybody in for that summer school session. So we still have a lot of details to work out yet, but that's the big picture of what we want to be able to do this summer. And then as we move forward, those students who are recommended for summer school, their parents will be contacted, and we'll see if they can attend or not. Any questions?
Oh, good. Thanks. Everywhere we go, this is exactly how this works. Microphone goes up and down. So, good evening. Summer school for high school is a little bit different. It's all about credit attainment. One of two things: credit recovery for students, or students who are getting credits that they can't fit in during the school year, and it allows their schedules to open up for other courses. We will start the high school summer school June 1st, and that will run all the way through August. Typically, over that course of time, we can usually have between 50 and 60 credits completed, and that's quite a lot. That's a big undertaking. So we have a lot of kids who can get caught up with credits that they are behind in, or as I said, get ahead. If they want to get health or something like that done in the summer, they can do those things. We use Odysseyware, so this is an online platform for students. They can work continuously throughout the summer. We do monitor their progress. We have 2 or 3 teachers who work at the high school to help with that. We have a number of people who grade that. I think there are 4 or 5 of us who grade that, different content areas. I grade all the science summer school. Mr. Height grades social studies and so on. There is no cost to students for summer school because we have the Odysseyware platform here already. We have found that we get much better credit obtainment with that cost structure than we had chasing those tuition fees around. So for the past few years, it's been like that for students. We will have open labs for students who need that personal approach, and we have a list of them. We have around 10 open lab periods. Students can come to the high school and get assistance. Typically, we see that in courses like algebra or geometry. I have a question. I really need to talk to a teacher. We have that available for them. As I said, because it's online, we see a lot of the work that they do, but they always have the ability to contact us as graders and say, hey, tell me about this science course or this science assignment, and we will do that. It's a successful approach to this, and I think we really give kids a good opportunity to get where they need to get by the end of the summer. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys.
I had one other thing I forgot to mention. We also received information from Bowling Green State University, and they are offering a series of academic enrichment camps that are all virtual. And they have a grant, and students who sign up can attend at least 2 sessions for free. And they're kind of multi-subject integrated, all online, virtual. All the materials that they need for the project-based learning will be mailed directly to the student's home. So when they log in, they have everything they need to complete the modules in a virtual setting. And again, students grades 3 through 8 can sign up for those, and that information will be sent home with students, but it's also going to be posted on our website. So if anybody's interested in academic enrichment camps, free through Bowling Green State University, all virtual. So I spoke to the director of the programs there, and it sounded like a really neat program. So I think it'll be interesting if parents are looking for something extra for their kids to do to keep their brains active during the summer. So, and that could be enrichment and intervention both. They give a pre-test, post-test, and tailor all of the activities to whatever level the students are performing at.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Next is an update on our calendar for next school year. It was approved a couple years ago. We did 2 years in advance, if you might remember. But I would like to make an adjustment in it. So a couple of things. The state has a new requirement for our elementary teachers to receive 3 full days of training for the dyslexia law that has been put in place. We don't have an opportunity in our school year calendar to get that training done, and it has to be done prior to next school year. So we had 2 days of professional development built in prior to the school year. We do that by contract every year. We need to find a 3rd day to be able to do that. And we're gonna do it right before school starts because we'll have all of our new people hired. They'll be ready to go, and then they can get all that training that's required as well. So we added a day at the beginning in this model on the 30th. If you look at this sheet here, you can see it's highlighted in gray. So that would give us 3 solid days of training in the beginning, and then we would have to replace that with a day off somewhere else. So down below we chose April 9th. That's the day that we would come back from spring break. We were scheduled to come back on April 8th. That's a Monday. We're now suggesting that we come back on the 9th. A couple of reasons why. When we have calendar committees and we involve parents have continually expressed the importance of trying not to interrupt as many work weeks that they have. So we try not to take days off in the middle of the week, which upsets that whole thing. But if you link them up to already scheduled holidays or days off, it kind of flows better for a parent in terms of their work time. So extending spring break by 1 day just gives that extra time. The other thing that would help us with is on the 8th, it sounds silly, we've talked about this, but there's a solar eclipse coming, and it may not sound like a big deal, but it's going to really go right mostly over Shelby County, but we're right in line for that, the direct view. And communities that have had that happen over the last several years have had a significant increase of people coming to their towns to see the eclipse. So it's going to happen right at school dismissal time, which would not be good either. So we would have the concerns by parents of would their kids have proper eye coverage, not looking up, and so on. We're anticipating a number of people coming to the community at that time, which would make it difficult for transportation with busing, parents coming in and out. And it's our understanding that the community, as well as the Miami County Parks Districts and others, are doing some special events on that day to go along with the eclipse. So we don't know what our attendance would be like anyway. Career Center's already made adjustments. It's our understanding Edison's going to do that. And I believe, from what I've heard, Shelby County schools have shut down on that day, made adjustments in their calendars to accommodate the number of people that might be coming to their community as well. So these adjustments, these 2 adjustments, would allow us to get the professional development in, which we have to do legally. So that would give us that day. We would swap it then for a day and come back on the 9th instead of the 8th, which would alleviate any problems that we might face due to the eclipse being in our area. So with your approval on that, we would communicate that out to staff and parents right away, make sure that they're aware of the adjustments, and we think that's the least invasive way for us to take care of all those issues.
Okay.
Any questions on that? Okay, we'll do that in my consent agenda. The other couple of things is we do have a student, Jonathan Hulskamp, a 7th grader at the Piqua Junior High School, that won our spelling bee. He went to the Michigan-Ohio Regional Qualifier, qualified there, and if he if he qualifies after that one, after competing in that one, he would then go to the national B. So he's one step away from that. So huge congratulations to him. That will be on March 11th that he does that competition. So I don't know, that might be the farthest we've had a kid, student go to that level. So we're rooting for him, and I'll keep you posted on that. So congratulations to Jonathan for that great advancement. That's and he's working really hard. I mean, I think he has done this over the last couple of years and has really studied and really just put his best foot forward with that. So great for him. And then I just want to give a shout out. Again, we talked a little bit to Gabe about the musical. Kids are working really hard on that. We have an award-winning music department that is just phenomenal. So those tickets for the musical are going on sale on March 1st. We anticipate them going fast, so we want people to get on there right away and get those tickets for the musical that will take place March 24th and March 25th. That's a Friday and a Saturday. So encourage everybody to get those tickets. Come see those students perform. The musical this year is Mamma Mia. It's a great musical, and I've seen some of the practices, and it's going to blow you away. So just wanted to promote that, and that's all for my report.
Nice, thank you. All right, can proceed with your agenda.
All right, would like to recommend the approval of the attached list of donations. We do have a number of donations that came through for our Boys Night Out program that's going to be coming here mid-March. A great thing that one of our counselors at the junior high started a few years ago with Girls Night Out, but has transferred over to the Boys Night Out this year. As the kids move to the junior high, they'll get a chance to do either the Girls Night or the Boys Night Out, so we appreciate those sponsors. We have a number of great sponsors that came out for our Veterans Night that we had at the basketball game, so we really appreciate the people that supported that. And as you may have heard, we had over $18,000 collected, all student-led. Students came up with the ideas, designed the shirt, went out, promoted it, and got some really good things happening there. Some donations to our Washington, D.C. trip for our 8th graders. We had another one for our Glen Helen trip for our 5th graders going to camp, and they're actually there today as we speak, having a good time, seeing some good photos. And then a special thank you to Walmart, who are sponsoring our Senior Citizens Breakfast. That's coming up on March 31st. Again, talking about our music department, we're going to have our junior high school students performing at that, our high school choir, as well as they're going to do a couple of numbers from the musical at that point. So senior citizens come for a free breakfast. They get great entertainment, great interaction with our students, but we do appreciate Walmart sponsoring for us because they're going to make it possible for us to do that. And then recommend board approval of the attached 23-24 updated school calendar that I just discussed, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. If we don't have any other questions, can I get a motion to approve the superintendent's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries and the superintendent's agenda is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lyons.
Good evening. Want to highlight, especially tonight on the personnel agenda, our 3 teachers who are retiring. Karen Bensman was gracious enough to come back after she retired once and teach high school science for several more years, and she did a phenomenal job. We're going to miss her. And Kathy Grazer grew up here and did her entire career here as a teacher, and another fabulous teacher. I mean, you talk about fabulous people like Tabitha. These folks are exactly like that, only in the classroom. And then, of course, Stacy Patton, who did the majority of her career here as well. So thank you. We'll be recognizing them as well at the end of this year. So congratulations as well, even though we'll miss them. They get to embark on that in the game. So that's the fun part. So with that, we started posting jobs this week on the things that we know that we're going to replace for next year. And I had Heather start scheduling job fairs. We kind of have been on a hiatus for the last few years, a couple of years for job fairs. I think I only ended up doing one last year. Then during COVID, we didn't do any. She scheduled 5, I think, today, and we're actually going to end up at UC and Xavier this year, which we've never done before. So we're going to reach out to some unique spots and also go back to some of those that we used to do. So the final thing is there's always a plug for transportation. If you're interested in driving, we did pick up a couple drivers, and we're in the process of training right now, getting close to finishing up one more. Somebody mentioned transportation for summer school. We are going to be doing a little bit of that. We know, and so we're encouraging our drivers, obviously, but additional people to come in and do the training during that time, because we'll have people here in the summer to be able to do that.
You get to drive great kids like Gabe.
Get to drive great
Yeah.
kids like Gabe. So we've all had our own kids on the bus, so you know how that goes too. But it's our drivers will tell you it's one of the most rewarding things they've ever done. So I mean, and other drivers from other districts will tell you the same thing. So it's a great job. If you want to talk about it, give me a call, call Gina, whatever. And I think we're have a great compensation package as well with that, and then of course the paid training. So those are my things for tonight. You guys had the updates. I know we did add one thing since the update, and that's 20. Daniel Langston, recommending him to be hired as our BC2 custodian at BCIS. So we met with him after I sent this stuff out. So excited to get him on board. We're getting back to full staff by next week.
So what types of positions besides transportation are you going to be hiring for or looking to hire? Teachers?
I will. So yes, we posted 4, I think, today. All teaching positions, all replacement positions. And you can see 3 of those right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have some unique situations where you have people that are off and you're trying to figure out when they're going to return. So we're posting for that to see what kind of interest would get generated. And then I'm actually meeting with the superintendent and treasurer tomorrow morning to discuss. So each year I meet with each building's leadership and I say, what are your needs? What are your wants? So we know the needs. We replace them as they come in, these postings that you'll see. But then there are the other things, those kinds of things that aren't necessarily replacement, but they feel like they would be really good for our kids. But we need to make sure that financially it makes sense. And it's something that we can support long-term too, because we don't want to bring something in there and then suddenly have to cut it loose because the biennium budget changes dramatically, or something in the 5-year forecast or something like that. I mean, so that's what we're going to talk about. So hopefully we'll begin seeing more postings just from that and fewer from replacements. So right now, if I only have these 4 or 5 that I'm posting right now, those are all needs, and that's a good thing. We want to keep that and not see so many resignations. But it's the time of year too, so March, April, May are when people are making decisions about what they're going to do. So this is the fun part for me, is the selection process. So as long as we don't have too many. Any other questions?
My staff agrees with you.
Yes, they do. Yeah. It's unique. Okay.
All right, thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the personnel agenda, please?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Hiddle, please call roll.
Mr. Bostic.
Aye.
Mr. Frazier. Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Ford.
Aye.
Mrs. McMackin.
Aye. Motion carries and the personnel agenda is approved. So I don't think we have anything further. So our next regular board meeting is scheduled to take place on Thursday, March 23rd here at 6 p.m. And may I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries and the meeting is adjourned.